napakahirap ipagmalaki at ipaliwanag na tayo ay isang upper middle income country kung hindi naman ito nararamdaman ng karamihan ng mga Pilipino. Ano nga ba ibig sabihin nito? It means that the country has a gross national income per capita between $4,496, so 277,000 pesos, okay, to $13,900 or 860,000 pesos, reflecting the economic size rather than individual household income. So ito po ay national economic size. Hindi po to individual income. So when you look at the vast majority that are minimum wage earners, less than minimum wage earners, informal sector, hindi naman sila nandito sa income bracket na ito. This is merely an income classification. It is a way of grouping economies according to average income. It does not reflect the struggles of ordinary Filipinos, ordinary families, because this is our reality. SWS Survey 2026 reveals that 52% or 14.5 million Filipino families identify themselves as poor, while 42% consider their families as food poor. Hindi man lang makakain ng maayos. Another SWS survey of 2026 states that 23.2% of Filipino families experience involuntary hunger in the first quarter of 2026. Involuntary po, hindi po nagda-diet, sadyang wala na ho talagang makain. So when we celebrate our status as an upper middle income country, ang pakiramdam ng tao, you do not see us. You do not hear us. Hindi nyo kami nakikita. Hindi nyo kami napapakinggan, hindi nyo ramdam ang hirap namin. Kaya ako po, never ho ako nagse-celebrate kahit ilang taong ko na yung naririnig na malapit na tayo mag-upper middle income. But it does not translate to a better life for most of the Filipinos. I can spend all my time on this. I will not, because yes, we can argue it is better because makaka-avail ng mas magandang mga loans and so on and so forth. Pero matagal pa ho ang effect nun. In fact, if you look at what investors are looking for, they have a long list of wants if they will invest in this country. Hindi lang basta yung makita nilang upper middle income ka. So I look to the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. With only 4 years left before the 2030 deadline, and as the chairman of the Senate's Committee on SDGs, Innovation and Futures Thinking, we have been meeting with various agencies to understand where we truly stand. According to the data from PSA, out of 17 SDGs, only 10 have shown progress since 2015. Only 10. However, even among these 10, 8 are not progressing fast enough such that we will meet the targets of 2030. So mukhang fail po tayo sa Sustainable Development Goals. Even more concerning is that 2 goals are actually moving backwards. These are the SDG 3 on good health and well-being and SDG 11 on sustainable cities. More on health later, but for now, I'd like to point out that the decline in SDG 11 on sustainable cities and communities is particularly alarming because, according to the United Nations, by 2050, nearly 68% of the world's population is projected to live in urban areas. PSA has stated if our cities are not safe, resilient, and sustainable, millions of Filipinos will bear the consequence. Sadly, in many of these areas, we still lack the timely and reliable data needed to know where we are making progress, if at all. And if we do not have unified data to measure our progress, we cannot improve at all. That is why, as we reflect on yesterday's accomplishment, as mentioned during the President's SONA, I want to ask a simple question. Are Filipino families truly living better lives?